Okay, hi everybody. This is another episode of We Are M&R, and today with me, I've got three of our top salespeople from M&R companies, and we've got Andrea, we've got Rick, and we've got Dave. And we're going to be talking today about the different sales territories they cover and some of the things they're seeing out there, because obviously this is a time where um, nobody's really experienced what we're going through right now. So I think it's important to get information out to people, just because people don't have a lot of information. There's a lot of uncertainty. So, it's helpful if you guys can just, share with kind of our audience what you're seeing and then, give people a little idea of what's going on inside M&R as well. So I'm going to go to you first, Andrea. So what are you seeing in the territories that you typically cover?
So, hello everyone. It's pretty similar in the world. We're seeing different countries locked down, factories closing, people staying at home. We have reached out to our dealers and we're trying to get an idea of what everybody's doing. For example, El Salvador was one of the first countries in Latin America to close the borders. So as of March 11th, they wouldn't let anybody in. They closed the borders, they wouldn't let people in. They are mandatory shutdown starting March 23rd, and factories are closing. We had other places like Peru, mandatory shutdown 2 weeks ago. As of March 15, and factories were mandated to close. They were forced to close and send people home. Brazil was a little later. Mexico has not ordered mandatory shutdown. So we're seeing similar. We're trying to stay in contact with our customers, making sure they know we care about them. We're reaching out, asking them, what can we do to help them? That's pretty much what we're seeing.
Okay. And then the next question is kind of in a sense of like, what are you hearing anything from customers themselves in addition to that? Like, have you talked to any individual customers and like, how are they responding to the restrictions? Do you what sort of things are that?
Absolutely. So it depends on the size of the customer. They're very concerned about their employees. So the first thing is, we need to make sure everybody's safe. So they're concerned about how to protect them. Some of them are giving them paid vacation. Some of them can offer that. So they're taking it like many of us, day by day.
And then Rick, what are you seeing in your neck of the woods there?
So primarily I'm focusing on Japan, Korea, and Australia at the moment. That's where the business is or was most active before this. So the good news, as I mentioned in our conference call week before last, many of my countries, especially Japan, Korea, and China, they started to experience this COVID thing a month before we even heard of it. So they took, Korea and Japan especially took extreme measures, locked things down. You could call it martial law, but not really. Everybody was willing to do what they had to do. And the good news is Korea's now in double digits as far as new cases being reported on a daily basis instead of triple digits or thousands. Japan, I was reading online, Japan has done amazingly well. They've only have 1,089 as of March 23rd, which was yesterday. So they've done a really good job, but again, everything was shut down as soon as that cruise ship got docked into Yokohama port. So, the Olympics were canceled yesterday or postponed, as you guys probably heard, in Japan. So that's a big downer for everyone in that country and people who are going to be in the events. But it's going to be next year instead. It's not canceled, and the people over there are actually happy they're doing it. Korea, as I said before, they've shut things down. They're optimistic, but more or less they're looking at the Western world because they're such big trade partners with America. They're very concerned about what happens to us now if they're going to have another ripple effect over there to their businesses. So, people are doing what they have to do to survive. Like Andrea said, they're very concerned about their employees. I got some comments from our dealer in Australia last night. As of yesterday, Australia is on shutdown from state to state. Donovan can only travel within New South Wales, which is where Sydney is, and he can go into Victoria, which is where Melbourne is. All the other states, he's restricted. He cannot travel into New Zealand. And no international travelers. They're not allowed to travel internationally out of Australia at all right now. The businesses in Australia, the little guys, are all going to close this week for 4 weeks. The big guys are closing for 4 months. And the reason they're closing for that long is because the big guys are doing the Live Nation and, you know, the Harley and, you know, the bigger deals, and they don't anticipate anything in that coming their way anytime soon. So they're locking down the hatches. They're going to be paying their workers. They've got their super annual, and they call it, which is their benefit package, which they have to continue. So that's their main concern right now, is taking care of that and surviving. And they're actually asking me, I've had 2 customers come to me asking me if we can work with them on deferring payments because they don't have the money. So anyway, I think that we've got another week to 2 weeks before we peak here. I was watching Blasio, or the mayor of, or the governor of New York, Cuomo, and he's begging Trump and the government to give them respirators or ventilators because they're yet to peak there, and they've got 29,000, I believe, cases in New York.
Yeah.
Way higher than anywhere else in America.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little bit of a rough patch here, but there's still everything that is in the pipeline and that people had planned on doing before this. I don't have anyone that said it's canceled.
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm seeing too. Yeah. So Dave, you want to take the wheel here and tell us your thoughts?
Sure, Tom. So, and thank you, Andrea and Rick. I called about 7 or 8, 9 of our dealer territories over the last day and a half or so, just to get a heads up on what they're doing. In Sri Lanka, they're in shutdown, and basically they're at curfew as well. So there are parts of the day that no one is even allowed out of their house. India, about 3 or 4 days ago, I believe it was, that the entire country went to lockdown. They suspended all air flights, all trains, all buses, all metros. And there's a real concern there to try to keep this thing under control, because in very densely populated areas where the slums are, if it gets in there, it will be a big tragedy. So that's the situation there. Dubai, talked to our dealer there as well, and the Emirates has suspended all flights. They, I think 2 days ago was their last day of work. They worked a half day, and then they're in lockdown as well. You know, our dear friend Bepi Quaglia, who has been with us for many, many years, he is in the epicenter in Italy of what's going on there. And if you've been following the news, you know how tragic it is. And he was mentioning to me that the death rate is greater than they are capable of moving the people out of the hospitals. So the military has had to come in to evacuate the dead, which is, you know, tragic. Also in Spain, if you're looking at the news, you can see that Spain is kind of following suit with a pretty high count as of now. They are also in lockdown, and I believe that they were in 15-day lockdown, and within a few days of that, the government said we're going another 15 days. And you know, in truth, when you look at this, Tom, you know, this virus can be stopped, but it will take the whole population becoming good citizens and realizing that if you get in public, keep your distance, but for the most part, try to stay home. You know, we can get this thing closed down, but if the whole globe doesn't participate, it'll just take longer, and then there'll be more deaths. You know, most of the customers that I talk to and the dealers, you know, their reaction right now is to conserve cash, because none of us really know what the duration of this is, and to be prepared to come out on the other side. You know, hope is a good thing. you know, and if you start working in that direction in small steps, I think the capability of coming out of this with some survival, and not just your health, but your business. And that's what we all need to strive for.
Yeah, I think those are great points, Dave. It's very sobering news, obviously, from, especially some of the European countries. And I've been following that to a degree. I think that, we just got to keep our chins up and keep hoping for people and see how we can help people. I think to some degree, like, I'm not sure what M&R's standpoint I know we can distribute some of the stuff that to our customers right now. We're talking about distributing some different documents to help people with if they need to shut their equipment down for long periods of time. We developed one from the digital standpoint, so we can tell customers to get those from their dealers if they need them. I believe we just produced one yesterday for the Ecotex as well. And then if customers need to reach out, we sent a list of contact numbers yesterday, and that'll also be published on the website today in our news section for the different remote basically tech support that you can still get contact with. And then, yeah, we'll just stay tuned to our YouTube channel and subscribe to get the latest updates from everybody. But thanks for all your time today. And go ahead, Dave. You have something else?
Tom, yeah. Well, we've also got Dennis Slutsky on the line. And, maybe Dennis has a couple comments, although we don't have his video feed at this point. Dennis,
great point, Dave. Yeah.
You're still with us, but I know you're in the thick of it, just south of New York City. So if you've got any points you'd like to share, we'd love to hear.
Yeah, Dennis, what are you seeing in your area, Dennis?
Well, my territory has recently increased in size, now handling 15 states in the Northeast. And out of the 15, 9 of them are in lockdown. It's a dynamic situation that changes, on a daily basis. So it's, it's inevitable, I think, before they're all shut down in some fashion. And then that certainly brings all kinds of problems to customers. There are some customers that still have, a large amount of business in-house. Some of those customers, even though they're not supposed to be printing, are, have to print. The challenge that they're seeing is in a lot of cases, daycare is not available for the employee. So the result is, shops seeing, 50% reduction in their workforce. They want to be able to finish the work in-house, and once that work dries up, they'll be forced to close. That's what we're seeing. As a company, as a supplier to our industry, M&R, we need to, do the things that we do best for our customers. And what the things that we do best is we're the best at service, and we need to keep up our 24-hour service hotline for those customers who do stay open. We should look at, adding additional phone support. And as customers close, lay off people, what have you, I'm preaching it's an excellent opportunity for customers to spend time on PM, which is one of the things that screen printers tend to not do because they never have the time. They're always slammed. So, preventive maintenance when they're slow would be an ideal way to spend time and resources, bringing customers in for that kind of work. And then I think we should continue introducing technology. I mean, if we can move the launch of smart goggles up, I think, everybody that I've spoken to about that system loves it. It's a full extension of our service department. It's huge. We should, whatever we can do with that to bring it to market faster, I think it'll be a huge plus. So that's kind of a quick synopsis of what's going on in my territory.
Sure.
And just a couple more comments, Tom.
Sure.
I think, Dennis hit on a couple key points. We are a community, not just in our family, but the global community of printers. We all face the same issues in normal life, running a business, managing staff, hitting deadlines, making the art look good. We're in exceptional times now. And what I have seen is that the entire world is facing pretty much the exact same scenario. And I think if we, I love what we're doing at M&R with the video broadcasts that we're doing almost on a daily basis, to keep people informed. I have found that in talking to the dealers, they just love getting that phone call. They're home alone, or they're at their business that doesn't have work, and that touch base point is so important. We will get out of this thing. We will come out on the other side. We have a choice in this process to listen to fear and be moved by it, but it's some dark reality out there, but there is hope, and that's the thing. I think that what I see us trying to bring here at M&R is hope, hope, that we will bring technologies in this time that will help, that we will bring communication that will help, that we will create opportunity that will help. And, if we can work together as a community to stop this virus, then we will be able to work together as a community to repair the economies. And it's the same for every country. There isn't one country in this that I have talked to that isn't facing the same exact situation. So together, I think we can rise and shine over this, Tom.
That's great. That's great, Dave. I think that's a great way to kind of wrap this up. And I just want to thank you guys. So thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Dave. And yeah, we'll keep moving forward, right? Keep moving forward.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, guys. All right.
Thanks,
Okay.
Bye.